one, Bart. I mean, Ipswich, when you think this on paper and the home games you'd pick after a recent tough run, you would probably go quite high with this as your choice, because this sounds terrible, Ipswich fans, in case you're listening, but you have a quick scan of the squad. Liam Delap's the threat, maybe Smodgets for a few, but it's pretty much Liam Delap to keep out. And also, I mean, we can't lie, Bart. So you know, as Roy Walker said on Catchphrase, say what you say. 43 goals shipped and 20 conceded. I mean, I don't need doctor before my name to tell best, but where I'm going to speak to a doctor is to say, understat. I mean, 43 goals shipped, Bart. Like, tell me, was this hot? Is this cold? Where are we?
So, yeah, 43 goals shipped. And what people, I don't think, they should have shipped 51. Right? So they are running hot defensively, yes. So even though they've conceded nearly two a game, they're actually running hot. They should have conceded 51 goals. That is a remarkable stat. With still a good chunk of games to go. That suggests that they're on course for conceding 60 odd goals. You know what I mean? That's a phenomenal rate to be conceding goals. And scoring wise, they've scored 20. They should have scored 24. So they're running cold at the other end. Not a massively different. I mean, 4 goals isn't massive, but they're still running a bit cold. So points wise, Understat's got them. They should have got 15 points, and they've actually got 16. So they're there or thereabouts. They concede a lot of chances, as we've just seen. In terms of the XG, so against Ipswich, on average, they are shipping. I mean, City's a little bit different because they got beat 6-0, isn't it? But so that was 3 XG, but 2, 1.8, 1. They had a good game against Brighton, which is a little bit surprising. Still got beat, but I'm just saying it's a good game for them in terms of that. But if you look at largely, it's about 1.8 XG they concede, whilst they're only, I mean, the last 2 games have not even hit, just about hit 0.5 XG, so they're not creating a lot. The last game, Fulham and Chelsea, they notched 1.5 XG and above, so they're on a bit of a downward trend for that. In terms of shots conceded, that classic we always talk about, as I said, Forest and Brentford. We said that Brentford had conceded a lot, can concede a lot of shots, and they did. They conceded a record against us, which is a bit of a danger sign for a lot of Prem sides, because our shot volume's gone through the roof the last 2 games. Ipswich are already conceding, what's that? That's about 15 to 20 shots a game. And the last game they conceded 10 on target, which is a pretty high amount, to be fair. And they're taking less than 10. So the last 5 games they've not got over 10 shots, and they've only gone to 5 shots on target in the last 5. So they're not basically, they're running cold at both ends for obvious reasons, or hot at the defensive end. They should be even worse, and they're running cold the other end, and they're away from home, which makes things even worse. I don't want to depress Ipswich fans though, but it's it could be a challenging day for them, should we say, up north at Anfield. 3 o'clock is probably a nice kick-off time for them, because I don't really fancy anybody coming with that record under the lights at Anfield. I think you might find a massive score, but as it's 3 o'clock, it'll be a little bit different. But no, this should be, touching some wood and more superstitious, should be a comfortable win for the Reds on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, we will always take a win with no injuries. That's the focus at the moment. But when you are playing a side that has shipped 6 at the weekend, conceded 43 goals in the Premier League, and is hot on that, and has only scored 20, you know, all the metrics are there. I mean, you don't want to sound horrible, but apart from Southampton, they are the team you'd pick at the moment, wouldn't you, if you were deadly honest?
Oh, 100%. It's, you want a little freshener, you know, to just sort of chill out a bit, because, you know, our run is it's unrelenting, isn't it? To be honest with you, the way with our schedule at the moment. I mean, after Ipswich, we go away to PSV, and then we've got Bournemouth. So, although we've now done the job in Europe, PSV he isn't going to want to lose that game slot. So it'd be tricky to see what he does. But Bournemouth's the one that any rest we can start getting before the Bournemouth game, that's a massive game for me, because I think Arsenal play City that day as well. Arsenal are away at Wolves on Saturday, which could be tricky for them, could not be, depends which Wolves turn up. I think they've got City coming up. So this period here in terms of the Premier League is really one you want to be kind of just chilling out a bit, trying to save energy, till we finish our Premier League campaign for a moment at Bournemouth, and then we hit 2 cup games, and then we've got Everton on the bounce. So this is, as you said, is an ideal time for us to. I don't think you'll rotate because it's the Premier League, but get the job done early, get into that garbage time game state, and then just utilise the subs, use all 5 subs, which you started to do in previous games, which is good. Rotate the minutes out, and then I would hope that he'd do another 3-4 changes for PSV like he did for Lille. And then we come into Bournemouth fresh, on form, playing well, because our process will hopefully have carried on improving, and we do the business against Bournemouth, because that to me is an absolutely critical game in this run.
Yeah, it does look it when you lay it out that way. There are games that, let's be honest, are dead rubber. There are some games that are important. Bournemouth's just absolutely massive. There's no 2 ways about it. So if Ipswich can keep running those stats as they are, that would be greatly appreciated for the weekend. But there we are. There's method in the discussion around Ryan Gravenberch and a slight drop in metrics. There's also Harvey Elliott shining closer to the box, maybe not in the overall physicality. And there's definitely method in hope that we might just put a few past Ipswich this weekend, but we will see what Saturday at 3 o'clock brings. So all it ever leaves me to say, Bart, for the time, the insight, and for giving us the stats, it is much appreciated.
More than welcome, anytime.
And ladies and gents, that was me up for Anfield Index.